Do you need a tutorial about website footers for tech-challenged makers? In the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about an effective website footer, including talking about a newsletter sign up in the footer, social media icons in the menu, and why you should have your logo in the menu in your footer. My name is ELISE and I help tech challenge makers build a profitable e-commerce brand. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel where I offer lessons that are 15 minutes or less to help you grow your e-commerce shop. In this short video, I'm going to share with you what goes in your website footer if you want to build a website for sales. Before we jump into this maker lesson, what is the one thing you need in your footer menu? Leave a comment and let me know. Everything that we talked about in your header menu, which was the video previous to this one, should be in your footer. There are only a few exceptions. Exception number one is if you have subcategories, you only want to put the main category. So for example, if you have a category of clothing, and then the subcategories would be t-shirts and skirts and dresses, you could choose either to put clothing or you might be able to put t-shirts, skirts, and dresses depending upon how many other items you have. So this is going to have a lot to do with how large your catalog is, whether or not you're going to use subcategories. I would say you probably don't want to use more than 10 categories in your footer because you don't want your footer to be longer than one page scroll. And so you're going to want to base this off of how long your footer is when you put everything else in that menu. The other thing that I want to point out is that just like I talked about having the logo in your header, you also need to have a logo in the footer. And we discussed in detail why you want to make sure you have your logo everywhere. So if you haven't seen that video about headers, you definitely want to watch that video after this one. There should be a link in the description of this video to take you to that video. And I want to show you quickly what I'm talking about. So here on my website, Carry Clips, you can see my logo is definitely in the header menu. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, my logo is also in the footer. Now this is really important to get them to recognize your brand. You want to have your logo in the header and footer because recognition is a majority of the battle. When you get someone to recognize your brand, they are more likely to trust your brand, and that trust makes them more likely to buy. So if you can't get this shopper who visits your site to buy now, you at least want to get them to recognize your brand for the next time they run across you. Again, we talked about this in detail in the previous video, so go ahead and watch that one after this if you'd like some more information about why your logo is so important and where it needs to be on your website. The other thing that's going to be in your footer that is not actually going to be in your header is going to be your privacy policy and terms of service or terms and conditions, however you decide to phrase that. Now, before we jump into the rest of this maker lesson, please like this video and comment with the word logo to let me know you understand the importance of your logo in building recognition so that you can get sales. Also, be sure to stick with me to the end of the video to learn your challenge for today and implement what you've learned. All right, so the next thing that you want to make sure you have in the footer of your website is going to be an opt-in or newsletter sign up in the footer. Now, you want to make sure this shows up on every single page on your site because the more places that it is, the more likely people will see it and the more likely they are to sign up. Now, remember our 3 goals in the header menu video series was to get purchases, to get email list sign up, and to promote recognition. So we already talked about the logo and how that helps promote recognition. Obviously, if you want to get people to sign up for your email list, which was our second goal, you need to have it somewhere. A lot of websites will have this thing in the footer like this, but this does not really grab someone's attention very much. You can see it's just kind of the same as all the other menu items in the footer. So one thing I highly recommend is doing something like this, where there's an image that grabs attention and it clearly, you can see that this is separate from everything around it to get that email sign up. Again, you want this to be on every single page of your website so that it is grabbing their attention and you can get them to sign up for your email list. Now, keep in mind that this is going to need to appeal to your audience. So you do not want the blurb here to be sign up for the latest news and deals or the latest news, deals, and discounts or whatever. That is very vague and no one cares. They are not going to sign up. You will have a very low conversion rate. You need to do something that will make them be interested. So one thing that will work is you can offer a discount. And you see this a lot on websites. But this is only going to apply to your purchasers. And like we talked about in the last video, only 1 to 2% of the people visiting your site are likely to actually be purchasers. So you will only be appealing to 1 to 2% of the people that are visiting your site with this discount. So that is one option. You have other options. Before we jump into the other options, I do want you to think about your discount offering, if that's what you choose to have. You want to think about the amount and is it worth it? The whole point of this is to get someone to sign up for your email list, yes, but specifically with a purchase incentive, it is to get them to buy. So your purchase incentive should be convincing someone who is on the fence to make a purchase, not someone who is going to already make a purchase, giving them a discount. I hope that you see the difference between those two. So our goal here is not to give a discount to someone who is going to buy no matter what, because in that case, all you're doing is giving away your money. Our goal here is to convince someone who was on the fence, who was not sure about making a purchase, to make a purchase. And the difference between which type of audience you're attracting with that purchase conversion opt-in is going to be what it is. So if you have a sign up that says you're going to get 10% discount, I have no evidence of this, but what I have seen, what I have noticed with my clients is that most of the time, if it's at a 10% discount, people don't really care that much. So where that tipping point is going to vary from business to business. So my suggestion is that you test this out. Test 1 month at whatever you're wanting to do, 10%. Test another month at say 15%. Test another month at say 20%. And see where that starts to tip, where you get the highest sign up conversion, meaning people are actually signing up for your list. You can also think about whether there's another way to say it. So instead of 10% or 15%, maybe you say $5 or $10. Oftentimes, psychologically, knowing I'm going to save $10 is the big difference. Especially if you have higher ticket items, you might be selling your average order value $100, $200, $300. And if you say they're going to save $30, which on a $300 purchase is really only 10%, that sounds way more impressive than saying that they're going to get 10% savings. And in the long run, it's actually going to save you money potentially. If your average order value is say $350 and you do save $30 on a purchase of $300 or $350, you're actually going to be giving them a smaller amount than if you did 10%, if someone makes a $350 purchase. On a $350 purchase, they would get a $35 discount on a 10% savings. But if you say $30, they're only going to get $30 off. And $30 sounds a lot more impressive than 10% to a lot of people. So I would highly recommend playing with this. Do you want to do a dollar amount? Do you want to do a percentage? How do you want this to work out? And then you can always put a minimum purchase value on the dollar amount. So you can get $30 off a $300 purchase, as opposed to you get $30 off of anything. Because then you've got someone who buys $30 and they get the $30 for free. You've literally made no money. You may even end up at a loss. Okay, so now let's go back to what the options are for your newsletter sign up. So option 1 is to do a purchase incentive. Keeping in mind this will only apply to 1 to 2% of your audience, and you want to make sure that it is an appealing offer so that you are actually getting people to buy who weren't previously going to purchase. The second option is to offer a monthly giveaway if they are on your list. So this is going to apply to anyone. If they are interested in your product, regardless of whether or not they were going to buy today, getting your product for free is going to be an appealing offer. So here's an example on my website. It says, enter to win free carry clips. Join the Red Carpet Email Club today. So I don't say monthly here, but if you're going to do a monthly giveaway, then you want to say that, enter to win the monthly carry clip giveaway, something like this. They have to be on your list to get entered in this giveaway. They don't have to sign up every month. Anyone that's on your list would be eligible. And so it's going to encourage them not only to sign up to get your item for free, it's also going to encourage them to stay on your list so that they continuously are entered in the free giveaway. Plus, it allows you to send an email about the winner every single month, which will help them feel like they have a chance to win. Here's an example from my other website, MyScheduledBiz. You can also offer a free thing. So depending upon what type of business you have, this can be, like for mine, it's enter to win a free homepage usability test. So this is something that I offer, they can purchase, but every single month I draw someone to get the free homepage usability test. So again, saying that this is a monthly giveaway is something that you want to do if you're going to definitely be doing it monthly. And it's the same idea as what we saw on the previous example where I'm giving away a free thing every single month. If you are selling a product or e-commerce, obviously you're not going to do something like this. This is a service. but you could do some other thing that you can give away for free. If you have some type of PDF or something like that, a free thing will also work. Now, if you want more help with your e-commerce brand, be sure to subscribe and sign up for notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos that are 15 minutes or less to help you grow your e-commerce shop. Now, another thing you want to be sure to have in your footer on every single page of your website is the social media icons in the menu. Now, remember again our 3 goals that we talked about in the previous video about headers. You want to have, there are 3 goals on an e-commerce site. Number 1, purchases. Number 2, email list sign up. And number 3, recognition. Now, one of the best ways to build recognition is going to be to get someone to see you over and over again. And that is what social media is great for. You get them on your social media and they will constantly be seeing your posts and they will start to recognize your brand even more. And as we talked about earlier, recognition breeds trust and trust leads to purchases. So what better way is there really than getting them to engage with you on social media to start building trust online? They will get to know you and your products, at least if you're properly using your social media accounts. If you need help with using your social media accounts, be sure to sign up for my 7-minute-a-day social media challenge that happens 3 times a year. There will be a link in the description of this video. Now remember, our first goal, purchases, is the most important, okay? So we don't want to distract our shoppers from the purchase. And that is why in the previous video about your header menu, I did not talk about social media icons, because the entire point of the social media link is to take them to social media. And that means that it's taking them away from your website, which means they will not be making a purchase. So your social media icons do not belong in your header because they are distracting from the entire goal of your website. Your social media icons belong in your footer and a few other choice places on your website, so that you are asking for those people who aren't going to buy to actually come and engage with you. But the people that will make a purchase and they're going to get your awesome products, them making that purchase and getting those awesome products is going to speak much louder about your brand than them engaging with you on social media. Not to mention it's going to put money in your pocket, which of course is our primary goal with an e-commerce website. All right, so today's question was, what is the one thing that you need in your footer menu? Leave a comment and let me know. Hopefully now that you've watched this video, you know at least one thing that you should have in your footer menu and you can comment. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos in this playlist to learn more about how to build a website for sales, including your header menu design. Plus, be sure to watch my Metricool playlist to learn all about how to use the best social media scheduler. The links for both of those playlists are in the description of this video. To get help with your e-commerce website, even if you're tech challenged, be sure to check out the links in the description for my website review call, website building, and strategy sessions. You can also grab my book for website help, browser versus buyer, optimize your e-commerce website, and get more sales. And as always, I'd love to have you join us for the next 7-minute-a-day social media challenge if you need help getting your social media working properly to convert your audience from viewers to purchasers. Your challenge for today is to add an email opt-in that is enticing to your audience to the footer of every page of your website. Then comment below and let me know you are on your way to building an audience of fans. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel because every single Wednesday, I will randomly pick one of the comments, and if you are subscribed to my channel, you will win a free ticket to my social media challenge that starts April 4th called the 7-minute-a-day social media challenge. Best of luck to you all. Don't forget to live your dream every single day, and I will see you in the next video.